just me and my guitar.
Hey, what's happening YouTube? Mark back here from the shrimp cupboard. On today's episode we're going to be doing an unboxing. I've got some F1 Taiwan B hybrids in this box here. So let's get them out and take a look. They've just been delivered, so they probably had a rough journey. Mr. Postman throwing them around in the back of his van. Oh, I've got a nice heat pack in there, which is still nice and warm. That's always a good sign. And they're all nicely wrapped up in bubble wrap. And with a bit of luck, they'll be all alive. This is one of these new breather type bags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all in there. And he's given me a little blue bolt as well, baby blue bolt in there, which is fabulous. I'll bring the camera down for you, and I'll leave that out for a second. Just test the water with the laser thermometer to see what temperature they are. Well, the water is at the moment. Straight out the box is 20.3 degrees centigrade, which is fantastic, that is. So then it's still nice and warm. Sorry about that. Deafen you now with the ringing the bell. Right, I'll just bring you down so you can see them. Move that heat pack out of the way. Yeah, they're very dull still because they've just been in transit, so they're a bit stressed. Some Java fern coming, which could be here tomorrow. So stay tuned for that one. We can do the other half and wrap it all up. And now we've got to acclimate these. So when they're all acclimated and ready to go in the tank, I'll get back to you and we'll pop them in the tank. Okay, we got another parcel just arrived. It's we got some crystal blacks in this one. So we'll crack on and we'll get these out and we'll have a look what these are like as well. This one's been wrapped up well with about 16 bin bags. So it's going to take me about a month to get into it. They do pack them well, which is a good thing. Alright. Plenty of insulation inside, bubble wrap, which is always good. Just so the person that you're getting it from cares about these little guys when they send them. Okay, inside we got, as it says, 10. We have some destructions. What does this say? I would like to say thank you very much for shopping with us. Blah blah blah. And just some instructions about acclimation when you get them. But we know how to do this, so we don't need those. Right, let's take a look. All wrapped in newspaper. And, Jesus, and wrapped up with some tin foil. I've either got a burrito here or some shrimps. Let's find out. It's a package from space. And more, this is like pasta parcel, this is with shrimps. Right, another package. Now let's see what we got in here. Another bag. Alright, let's shift that out of the way. And let's look. Well, everyone looks good so far. I'll move all this rubbish out of the way so you can see better than my hand. But they all look good. As the F1s that I just showed you as well, these they're a bit dull because they've been in transit. I'll just laser the bag to see what temperature is, and the temperature's leveling off at 14.50. Oh, sorry, I'm going off the bag then. Yeah, 14.7. So they're a bit chilly. So we'll empty them off out into their little fancy dish, which is all I can find at the moment. See the difference between the bag I showed you before, where this one's got the oxygen in it for them, but the other ones are breather bags, which seems to be quite common now for sending shrimps. I chop this rubber band right off the top of this one and open it right up so there's no creases, and try very hard and let you see them come out. We've got the moss in there. Quick check of the bag. A little bitty bit of moss in there that can go in. And there we have them. Yeah, that water is cold. Right, we'll just take that out a minute and we can do a count. So we've got no discrepancies then if I have to show this to the supplier about if they're all alive or kicking. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All there. I'll take you in so you can have a look as well. I'll just adjust this for you. And there they are. All fine looking shrimps. They're quite cut. They're for the temperature. They're actually quite they're quite coloured up already, to be honest. So when they warm up, they should be very nice looking shrimp. I'm happy with those. That guy's quite busy doing the wall of death. Right, I'll put their moss back in for them. There you go. You can grab hold of that now. Feel a bit safer. Right, I'm going to acclimate these as well with the other ones. I'll take you in there now and we can. I'll show you the other ones. They're slowly drip feeding. And I can show you how it's done. Okay guys, we're in the shrimp room. That's the F1s here, the hybrids, and as you can see I've got them on a drip feed. Every 2 or 3 seconds a drop goes in. That's about right. You can do it a little bit quicker if you like, but the slower the better really. And follow that line all the way up to here into their new home there. And all the other guys seem to be hiding at the moment. They normally hide underneath the sponge filter at the back, or around the back of it, but we'll get back to them later. So we've got the crystal black beads there as well. So hey guys, it's me back in the shrimp cupboard again. The Taiwan bee, the hybrids, are in this one here, and the crystal black bee ones, the new ones, are in there. Both acclimated now on their drip lines, as you can see. This drip line here I had to just knock up because I couldn't find my other one. I lost it somewhere. So what I've used is try and zoom in for you a minute. Oh, too much. Yeah, if you can see on the end right here, they're drips for humans, for us, the ones that you get in the hospital. So I've got a friend that works in a hospital, and she picks me up some of these now and again when there's some going spare, if you know what I mean, and drops them off. And they make the best acclimators ever. There's such good regulators on them, and they fit perfectly onto a piece of RO pipe, which you can see there, a bit of white RO pipe which I got from the shed, and they make pretty good acclimating tools. Just clip it over the top with a, what I use is either a clothes peg or a I've got one of the old Grammar stick-on clips for nori when I had my marine system. So I just literally clip that over the top, straight in, quick suck on the pipe, turn it off, and then it's primed, and then we just drip it in a couple of drips a second, and slowly drip them away like that, slowly acclimatise them to their new homes. Absolutely beautiful shrimps, these ones I've got as well today. Colouring up as we speak. Got a lovely little blue bolt baby there. All the other ones that I acclimatised last week have settled in lovely. Yeah, the F1 Taiwan bees that I've got, the hybrids, I say the offspring from the offspring, sorry, from these can produce all kinds, you know, different types: pintos, spotted heads, Tybee tigers, pandas, blue bolts, red wines, shadow Misuras. So we could end up with all sorts after a few generations of these. Look forward to seeing what pops out. All the crystal reds in the top tank have settled in lovely now, coloured up nice. You can just see one there on the left hand side, creeping around, munching away. I gave them some nettles yesterday, so they've been actively chewing on those until the ramshorn snails decided to smother it, and they think they've eaten most of it now. But they've still got lots of catappa leaves in there, and the alder cones they're feeding on, and the big piece of bogwood, Malaysian driftwood, sorry, which I've got in the middle there. And all the moss. I'll swing it round a bit there, off for those guys, so we can have a look at those. Yeah, there's the shrimp shelter I made there. That's settling in nice now. You can see the little fronds on the moss starting to just starting to pop now and start moving. You've got the yellow stripes down the bottom, goldens, the sakuras. As you can see, there's still lots of babies all over the sponge filters. They're doing well. The cherry red, super reds down the bottom have bred as well. We've got some shrimplets in there. If I can take you down that far, you might be able to see one there. I'm on the tripod, so I think that's one right there, if you can see him. I'll try and zoom in. There he is. Not the best focus, sorry guys. But there's quite a few in there as well now, which is always exciting stuff. Things are all happening and moving. Got the crystal blacks up here, at the back there. All nicely coloured up now, feeding away on the sponge filters. Yeah, lovely shrimps these. Let's try and get a closer look at them. Sorry for juggling you around. There's some lovely shrimp there. I've put a couple of little balls of food in there for them, in case they're hungry after their trip. It doesn't hurt to just drop a little couple of bits of food in there. It settles them in, gives them something to do. It's like waiting at an airport, isn't it? Waiting at the airport for your flight, boring as hell. We're in transit, we're acclimatising before we get to our holiday destination. Sure. Some nice crystal blacks in here. This is the the acclimation, the drip line, the human drip, as I call it. It actually had another piece, if I can get in there, on this end, which went into another gadget, which I actually cut off because that wasn't needed. That had some kind of pinch valve on it. I think to actually slower the rate of the drip. I'm not sure how it worked, but I cut that off and just used this single tap, which seems to work a lot better. Focus back on the job at hand. Take a laser. I use one of these guys. They're fantastic, they are, for temperature readings, just straight off the bat. Just aim it in without blinding the shrimp, and that's now running at 17, 18 degrees centigrade in that one, and that's 19.2 in the F1 bowl. So the temperature's slowly creeping up. Obviously it's very warm in here anyway, but obviously with the water going in, it's going to slowly raise that temperature over time, which is what you want. You don't want any big swings in temperature change, because that's going to do them no good at all. And this is also my dog's favourite toy. Shoot that on the floor, my little Frenchie goes ballistic for it, chasing it around the floor, banging into walls, cupboards, you name it, he goes crazy for it. Absolutely hilarious. I'll film him doing it for you one day. Pardon me. Yeah, loads of shrimplets down the bottom. I've counted well over, well, I reckon it must be up near, probably near 100, I would say, because I've counted about 80 on the sponge filters, on the moss, was a tang, on, I mean there's some under leaves, under the filters, behind the filters. So we've had a really good little hatch rate there, and they all seem to be growing well. Put in some of the shrimp pro food, which is a very, very finely crushed powder. I just sprinkle it on the surface and let it disperse throughout the tank. It sticks on the filters, and the shrimplets find it easier there, because like I said before in the other video, they don't like to move too much when they first emerge from the parents. So it'll be sticking to the filters, and they can move left to right, up and down, wherever they want to go, and there's bound to be something somewhere for them to something for them to eat. But I sprinkle a little tiny bit of that in every day. I put some nettles in there yesterday, like I said. The snails have near enough scoffed most of that. I'll have to do a cull in here before long. I'll have to take quite a few out, I think. But I've got some eager little dwarf puffers with my daughters upstairs, which absolutely go nuts for those. Yeah, like I say, the moss has grown well in there. Yeah, the F1, the Taiwan bees, and the crystal blacks as well. Like I said, the conditions they like, if you're not too sure on it. Temperature range about between 19 and 24 degrees centigrade. pH range anywhere from 6 to 6.8, and TDS of 80 to 180 is what I tend to stick at, around those sort of, on those guidelines. And they all seem to be doing really well. Everyone seems to be happy. TDS in this guy here, in the crystal blacks which I bought here, was 265 when I put the TDS meter in after they came straight out of the box. That was the water they had been kept in, which is a bit high, but that's slowly going to change as that drip acclimation starts to take effect, and it should all level out then nicely within the next few hours. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sign off, and I'll get back to you very shortly. Well, it's going to seem shortly, it's going to seem very quickly for you. But it's actually going to be about another 3 or 4 hours before we put these guys in the tank and we give them their maiden voyage into their new home. So stay tuned, and I'll get back to you shortly, and we'll put them in the tank. Just slowly emptying some water out, and then we'll let a little bit back in so that all equalises, and out they come. Come on then. into your new home. There we go. Couple more to go. And there we have it. All acclimatised and back in. Give you a little view from inside the tank now. These are the ones we've just released. Let's find a few more. They're probably going to race around and hide quite quickly, but and there's a couple there as well. Straight into feeding. Good sign. And the rest have scooted off behind the driftwood there. Right, if we swing around now, we can see the F1s. That one's being lurked on by a snail. Yeah, sadly we lost two. The little blue bolt. Where is he? Oh look, and one of the yeah, we lost two. It's a shame, but these things sadly are all part of keeping creatures, and you do the best you can. Could have been the upset of the travel. That could have been the case. I've very slowly acclimatised them, so it wouldn't have been that. Could have just been weak, who knows. But all the other ones seem to be doing great, feeding away. Go to the next tank there. It's another one of the crystal blacks. Little guys are swimming around there, quite happy. Always find they do a nice little circuit when they go into the new tank. There's quite a few in here now. There's a few more at the back there for you. Two of the last ones we acclimatised. There's three of them there actually, but they're all making fine shrimps, colouring up lovely. Here's a shame about the other guys. I'll have to fish those out now. Get my camera work sorted out, but he was absolutely beautiful, that little blue bolt. And we're going to be getting some more of them. We might have some more of those as these mature anyway. So these F1s could throw blue bolts out as well. So like I said earlier, pintos, wine reds, Misuras, shadows, pandas, they can cross out anything. So there you go, we might see. Right, I'm going to make sure all these guys are sorted out now. Hey guys, Mark back in the shrimp cupboard. This is one of the ones I was just saying that I thought was dead. I just zoomed it right in on him, and I can still see his little gills moving. You can still see him moving around there, so I'm going to give him some time, see if he adjusts himself. It's possible he might do. And there was another one, which was this one here, which was also not looking too great. He's righted himself, and you can see him, his little gills going away there as well. So there's a chance for these guys. The blue bolt is definitely passed on, and I've got him in a net up the top there, just suspended in the water, just in case. After I saw these other two, I thought I'd hang on for a minute. But you never know. There's a chance. There's always a chance. So we'll leave him alone and see what happens. All looking busy. That's all good news. Right, we'll just pan around onto this tank here, into the F1s and the crystal blacks. Everyone seems happy enough in there. As you know on my channel, I've got various things like my aquascape and my koi that I regularly do videos on. If you're into your koi carp, I'm going to be doing a potassium permanganate treatment on my koi, because I've noticed some of them have got trichodema and they need treating. So if you're into that, or you know anyone who wants to know how to treat them, let them know. And that'll be my next video that's going to come up after this one, so stay tuned for that. Right guys, I'm going to love you and leave you, and if you're new to the channel, go back and have a look at some of my other videos. There's lots of different ones on there, different subjects, and see what you think. If you like them, share them and subscribe for more videos, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Thanks very much, you're all stars. Bye for now.
Just me and my guitar.